Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 140 and today we are starting things off next to this thing right here, my favourite new farm. It has actually overtaken this. This used to be my favourite farm that I'd ever built on the Hermitcraft server, and I have to say it is still, it's still really good. In fact, you know what, this is a very close competition. Because on the one hand, Cobblestone is very useful, but I would say that wood is more useful, but this farm is fully AFKable. I don't have to do anything for it. I don't have to fill it up with bone meal or anything like that. I literally just switch it on, and then it just fills itself to the brim with a whole ton of cobblestone, which that's nice. It produces, I think, is this 70,000 cobblestone an hour? That is a ridiculous quantity. This is definitely not as fast. You're definitely not getting 70,000 wood an hour, but it's still, it's great. And it's so satisfying to watch. Just seeing all that wood being blown up by the TNT. It's fantastic. I'm chuffed to bits with it. So I think what I'm going to do is the first thing that we've got to do in today's Hermitcraft episode is we've got to set up the water streams, which are going to be pushing the wood into the center. And then we need to create some form of storage system so that we can actually store all of the wood that we're getting from this thing, because otherwise it's fairly pointless. This should do the trick for the time being. I know it's nothing glamorous, but the reason that I'm doing this is because I have no clue how much wood this thing's actually going to kick out over a certain period of time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the tree farm. So this is now firing out bone meal, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it for, let's say, 1 hour. I'm just going to continuously use it and see how much wood we actually get from it, and then we can base that amount on the size of the storage system. We can base the size of the storage system on that amount. Yeah, that makes more sense. Now, I thought this would work best in the form of a third-person time-lapse. So here we have me TNT Tree Farming for 1 full hour, shortened right the way down to around about a minute. So hopefully it's really enjoyable to watch because you're going to have lots of wood moving and lots of TNT exploding. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be really satisfying. But during this third-person time-lapse, I thought I'd quickly talk to you about projects on the Hermitcraft server, because I've been thinking, you know, we finished a lot of projects recently. The main base itself, I would say, is pretty much done. We've done all of the farms that I wanted to do. We've done the full storage system. We've done pretty much everything in the main ocean base. And then over by the town area, obviously the town area is kind of our still ongoing project, our big building project. TNT Land, that's going to be finished by the end of today's Hermitcraft episode. We've got the Nether Hub, that was finished. I mean, to be honest with you, we've wrapped up a lot of the projects outside of the town, and that's got me thinking I kind of want to do more redstone related projects. Some other projects that involve a ton of redstone and are very technical. And I thought, I've been coming up with some ideas, and I've got a few good ones, but I thought it'd be good to ask you guys, because you guys are incredibly creative. So let me know down in the comment section what sort of things you would like me to do, and I'll be reading through them, and who knows, I might end up building your idea on the Hermitcraft server. Alright, that's that. So, I have been doing that for exactly 1 hour. We did 1 full hour of wood farming. We managed to get all of the saplings back. Saplings are a bit of a pain in the backside though, because I don't know, this system is not the best at picking them up. You don't get a good return on investment on them. So I might have to look into maybe how we can fix that up. Let's look in here. Yeah, there's none in there. So yeah, it is literally this many. That is from 1 stack of saplings. Don't get me wrong, you make a profit, but you have to go out and get them from the outside of the mechanism. But anyway, let's see how much wood we've actually got from that full 1 hour. Well, that's not bad. I was expecting a lot less than that. That's brilliant. 1 hour of wood farming gets me that much? Yeah, I can't complain there. That's gone really, really well. I thought I was going slowly because I kept having to pick up all the saplings. But no, that is... yeah, that's a lot. Now, to improve things just a little bit, what I've done is I've added ladders all over the place. So we've got a ladder to get us up actually into the tree farm. That stops creepers from following me up there, because that's something that I was very paranoid about. But also, to pick up all of the saplings, all we're going to have to do is something like that, and then we come over here and go down this ladder, and that will pick up all of those saplings, and then we can go over to this side, pick up the saplings like this, and basically go up and down the build without having to worry too much about placing in blocks and things. So we just go down to the bottom, and then we can loop back around somehow, and yeah, go up and down and just pick up all the saplings. This is a good idea. This is something that I should have done at the start, because we probably lost a lot of saplings to this side one as well, and we wasted a bunch of time. So this farm is only going to get faster. Another issue that we kept running into was the fact that my bone meal kept running out. So now I've got a whole bunch of chests running down this side here with hoppers underneath them, and those are going to be storing up tons upon tons of bone meal. I've done a couple trips so far, so hopefully this should do us for like the next 100 or so episodes. Next up, I think what we need to do is light up the place, because, I mean, as you saw during that time lapse, I was being attacked by mobs left, right, and center, and as soon as it gets dark on this island, I think it's probably the only landmass within like 150 blocks in all directions, so you get all the mobs on the planet spawning in this area here. So this thing has got to be fully lit up so that I can use both of these farms safely. Now, I hate to say it, for those of you who like things that look really pretty, it's not going to be pretty. Now, this is going to be TNT Island, and we are going to be doing some stuff over here with the TNT, and it should end up looking quite good, but it's still very industrial. The whole point of this place is that it's an industrial area, so we're not doing any of that pumpkin underneath the leaves stuff and trying to cover our tracks here. No, we're doing sea lanterns, loads and loads of sea lanterns covering the land and making sure that nothing can spawn. Or I could cover the entire thing in water. Like, that is a legitimate idea to stop things from spawning, but no, I think we're just going to light it up. Bit of a progress update for you. I would say I'm around about halfway done on this thing. Now, it's good that it's getting dark, because that tends to let you know if there's any dark spots. And no, that looks pretty good to me. Very nice and bright. This is a nice bright island, but can you see what I mean? I mean, there's some land over there, but nothing really for hundreds of blocks. I've just lit up the entire space, and Scar is sleeping, but it's just getting dark. Come on, is it lit? I think it might be lit. Yeah, I think it is. I can't tell. It didn't give me much time to look, but I mean, I'm not seeing any dark spots on this space. Yeah, you'd really struggle to find a dark spot there. I have gone over this with a fine-tooth comb, and I've made sure that we have got every single area fully lit up. So let's just remove all of these little scaffolding poles that I've made, and then we can head back to the base. Now, the reason that we're coming back to the base is because we're going to do something that I haven't done for a very, very long time. The other day when we were doing all the enchanting and things like that, we really struggled to get any form of enchanted books. So I think it's about time that I do another AFK fishing session overnight. Since when has it cost that much to enchant a fishing rod? That is bonkers. And we are back on the Hermitcraft server. So let's take a look at what we have in here. Do we have... Okay, this is good. We filled up all the chests. I mean, there's definitely some new books in there, which is good. Frostwalker 2, yeah, so all of these are new. Frostwalker 2 again, can you believe it? Depth Strider 3. Frostwalker 2, we've got a lot of Frostwalker. Efficiency 4, this is all good. All really good. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's head back over to TNT Island and actually start converting it into TNT Island. Now, the first thing that I'm thinking is that we should build some form of wall around the entire island. Now, I'd actually forgotten how big the island was, to be honest with you. But what I want to do is, I think I want to go for like a super industrial look. So this is going to look fortified and kind of roped off from the outside world. So we're going to be using stone bricks and probably some red stained glass. You know, I should probably come up with a design for the wall itself before I start building things. Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah, this is what I want to go for. So this wall is going to be going all the way around the outside of the island. It's nothing too crazy. It just, it's I don't know, it just looks quite fancy. So this is going to be the outer borderline of TNT Island. I don't believe it. I have done the full island. I've gone all the way around with my stone bricks. And by the way, it's used about 8-9 stacks of stone bricks just to put that border on, which actually looks really cool just on its own. But there's one block. There's one block missing. That's ridiculous. Anyway, aside from that, part 2 is now completed, so we have all of the stone bricks going around the outside as well. And once again, I really like the way that this looks. Even if we don't add any extra walls to it, I think it looks fantastic. It looks really cool just outlining the coastline like that. But we have got Oh, we don't actually have that much left. This is eating resources. And final blocks going in now, and there we go. So there are all of the stone bricks. Now let's see if we can take off here. It's gonna be tricky. Come on. There we go. So that's the actual border wall in place. Now, one thing that I hadn't really thought of is that obviously we are going to need a lot of glass panes. A lot of glass panes. I don't actually... How much sand do we have? How much coal do we have? Hadn't really thought that far ahead. Don't worry, I've just remembered that glass panes, they really don't require that much glass because of course you convert them into the glass panes and you get like 16 for 6. So here we have a whole bunch of them and I've just smelted up a ton of glass as well, so this is more than enough. We're going to be able to get this done. Yep, that was massively successful. Just the last few blocks going in now and that should just about wrap everything up. Now I still need to place in that final little stone brick, but now this is going to be our first look at what the full border wall looks like. So let's try and take off with the elytra once again. And here we go. Alright, that looks pretty industrial. That looks very industrial. It kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like a military compound. That looks cool though, and the stone slabs kind of peeking through the gaps in the stained glass almost looks like TNT. It looks TNT-ish. And that's the look that I'm going for, so this is brilliant. This is absolutely perfect. Okay, where do we go from here? I'm trying to think. What sort of thing, what would I like this island to look like? I'm thinking we get some industrial bits and pieces going on, like some pipelines kind of popping up out of the ground and going back in, and maybe even having TNT in the pipes. I actually brought some TNT with me. I've got about 3 stacks. So maybe having some pipes that pop up with the stained glass again, and they kind of loop up and over, and all of them are filled up with TNT. And then, of course, we need some form of big sign which tells everyone that this is TNT Island. I gotta say, it is very scary working with this much TNT in this area. I mean, if this goes off, that is game over for TNT Island, really. There's so much. I should probably light up... Well, I should probably light up the top of the walls, but also I should probably light up the top of this thing. The top of this thing doesn't have any lights on it. Oh, jeez. Mobs are spawning. Yeah, we really need to get some lights on the top of that wall. Which we now have, and I'm actually really glad that we did. It's just getting dark, so we should be able to see... We should be able to see the fully lit up perimeter wall. And that looks great. That looks really cool. With that lit up, obviously we've just used torches going all the way around the outside. Yeah, I'm liking how this island is coming together. And as you can see, we do have the TNT archway popping over like that. Now, it's not that obvious that it's TNT on the inside. It is, actually. You can see it quite clearly. Oh, that does look cool. Now, we're going to get a few of those throughout the island, maybe another one over here, and then I also thought that we could have some areas of stone bricks with stained glass like on the surface, just a flat layer of it, and then TNT almost making up like a pool as if it's a TNT storage facility. Yeah. Where on earth did this guy come from? Ah, the actual redstone contraptions themselves aren't lit up. Yeah, that's also something that I should do. I think we finally reached a stage where this place is fully lit up. Apart from that area there. There's always one spot. Okay, torch there. I would say a torch around about there. We can't have any torches there, but that doesn't matter because slime blocks, I think, are non-spawnable. Right, that should do it. If anything manages to spawn in this area now, I will just... I don't know what I'll do. It'll be magical. They would have come out of nowhere. Anyway, aside from that, we now have the next TNT-related thing in place, which is this little TNT storage silo type thing down at the bottom here. I have to say, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but the scale of this island, we'd have to do some serious... I mean, we only have a stack more TNT. So I think maybe a few more pipelines over here, maybe a little storage silo over there, and then another pipeline there. And that should wrap up the little details that we have. I'm also considering removing the trees, because they don't really suit the style. Okay, things are coming together now, and things are starting to look just a little bit more industrial. So we have got some pipelines going through. This is actually starting to look quite good now that we have a few more of them, and we have a few little storage areas over there as well. I quite like it. I do quite, it's a weird looking island. It's very strange looking, but it's quite nice. So I'm thinking maybe one straight up pipe back there, and then maybe one that moves across in this area, and that should just about do it for all of the decorations. I just hope, come to think about it, that this TNT, no, there's no way that that is close enough to explode. Surely not. Right, I've spent a lot of time doing this, trying to work out exactly where these pipelines are going to be going, and I would say that just about wraps everything up. And it looks really, really cool. It looks like an industrial hub. So there we go. That's really, really nice. And one thing that I really like, when we come over from the base, so say we're flying in from this direction, if you're flying in close to the water, the island looks crazy as you're on your way in. Look at that. I'm so glad we decided to put in that wall and put in all those blocks. But anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to create, as I say, a big old sign that is going to be going up at the top here. And I have no clue what sort of design we're going to be using, but I wanted to say TNT Land, so that's basically what I'm going for here. And I think I might be onto something. So I have drawn out all of the letters using white hardened concrete that I've just made, and that is brilliant. Yeah, that's perfect. This is like our own weird theme park that we've created over here. Okay, fantastic. Right, so that's part one. Obviously, it still needs to be lit up, which is a little bit worrying because if a creeper was to spawn here and explode, there is a chance that it could affect that TNT underneath us. So we do have to be a little bit wary of that one. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the border around this thing. So we have the red and white, the colors of TNT. This is going to end up looking quite cool, I think. Nice! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. TNT Land is now all fully completed, and it is looking... it looks great. That's tied it together so well. These things here were looking really, really strange in this area. They look kind of odd. It was a little bit all over the place, but now we actually have that sign in place. It legitimately looks like an area. We've got all the storage chests down underneath. We've got, obviously, this doesn't need a massive storage system because we're never going to fill up more than those double chests. So to be quite frankly honest with you, I know this was like a temporary solution, but it's a solution that works. I mean, that's perfect. That's going to last us forever. So I'm chuffed to bits with this place. I'm so happy with how it's all come together. Every single time I get myself a Fortune 3 pickaxe. Every single time. I needed a Fortune 3 pickaxe to get the coal for all of the torches. I forgot to swap it back out for my Silk Touch pick, and there goes another ender chest. We're running really low in the storage system. Anyway, I've got to transport all of this stuff back because there are tons of really useful resources in here. What on earth's going on? There's a cow that's just activated my farm. Get off of that! Oh my word. Oh, I have never freaked out so much in my life, but I just started hearing explosions happening, and I was like, this is it. This is it. The whole island's going up. Okay, yeah, we need to... we need to cover that thing up. Maybe put some wood in. Oh my word. Anyway, now that we've fixed up this place, we've removed all of the chests and everything like that. I've got myself a full inventory of wood once again and some stone slabs which I'm bringing back over to the base. Yeah, this place is fully completed. I can't think of any projects, any further projects that I'm going to take on in this area. Obviously, if I think of any other TNT based farms that we can build, then obviously they're going to end up somewhere over here. But this has been one of those projects. It kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting to work on it, really. The TNT powered tree farm, I'm just so happy I managed to get working. And this is just, it's ended up being a really, really fun project and a really cool part of the base. So now I'm just going to fly over, drop all of this off, But for the time being, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. I really do hope that you enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and standard filming channel stuff. You guys know what to do. Link will be on the end screen.